In the recent mobile overview report, we looked at the industry standard for responsive web design sites and their custom for resizing images for 3 different form factors: desktop, tablet, and smartphones. The idea behind this is that an optimized image payload will lead to loading your web pages faster, which also will lead to a better mobile experience, more conversions, and of course increase profits and improve results. Typically, a responsive website will lazy load these 3 different form factors. So when a page loads, what happens is that they will load the HTML and JavaScript will figure out which form factor is appropriate for the size of the screen via some media queries that it runs. And then it will select to download one of the 3 sizes. There's a couple of problems with this. When you put the JavaScript in the critical rendering path, it tends to slow down the page. There's still a risk that you might be downloading an image that's larger than it needs to be. This is because you've selected breakpoints between the different form factors. It might not accurately reflect some of the sizes of screens that you're seeing. We looked at this assumption of 3 image sizes within responsive web design. Is that enough to get an optimized image payload? We have access in the MOVR report to millions of image requests. And what we did is we looked through 53 million image requests, and we figured out how many image requests it would take to get beyond the 3 sizes. And we found out that very quickly that by 8 requests you already had 3 image versions. But if you needed to really fine-tune these images for performance, very quickly at 200 you get to 13 image versions with various dimensions, and by 1,000 requests you get 22 image versions. Well, this is great, but the question becomes, do you want to resize the image that many times, and is it worth it in terms of the payload savings? So let's take a look at the payload savings. What we did is we compared if you just delivered the full size versus resizing for 3, which is the industry standard for responsive web design, versus an automatic approach where you detect the device and resize the image accordingly and create as many versions as you need. So the full size original, of course, is 100%. When you render 3 images for desktop, tablet, and smartphone, you get down to 63% of that original size. That's pretty impressive and really validates the approach of that responsive web design has today. But when you take the automatic image dimension approach, which includes converting for the formats that are most efficient for that operating system or browser, and using more effective compression, you get down to 16%. So that's a 84% improvement over the original size of the image payload. We actually have a product called Image Engine that does mobile device detection. So every time an image request comes in, we detect the device and the dimensions of the device and various other capabilities. And we're able to identify what sort of image would be appropriate for that device. And we automatically resize it in real time, and we cache that image and deliver it through a content delivery network. And it's all in one simple to use package. So today, when you're calling up an image, the HTML would have a source like jelly.com, bread, PNG. With the image engine approach, you keep that same full-sized image wherever you want it, and you just put a prefix in. When you sign up for the image engine service, you get a token. In this case, XYZ123 Image Engine. You prefix all your images with this, and if you want to have optional manipulation parameters put in to really control what you're doing, you can put those in, but a lot of the times people just let it run automatically. Now the benefits here are that you get a 60% improvement in your development time. You don't have to do all this resizing. You get a reduction in the code base. Instead of going down the responsive image route, where you set all these different breakpoints, you can save time and just put a single image up there. You get accurate and optimal resizing. You get a reduction in payload that typically we see as about 60%. The CDN scales and can deliver billions of images per month. We have effective resizing and file compression. We support HTTP2 with Image Engine and client hints, and we use the WebP format when appropriate on Android devices. And there are various fit methods you can use within the Image Engine tool. If you want to test the impact of Image Engine on your own site, we have various tools where you can test the impact of either a desktop, tablet, or mobile. If you're interested in Image Engine, please contact us at www.ScientiaMobile.com. Thank you.